Donald Trump. Comments on the Twitter files got more coverage from the New York Times, the Washington Post, NBC, ABC, CBS than the actual Twitter files showing censorship of the Hunter Biden story. This is crazy, okay? The biggest power that large media organizations have is deciding what is and what is not a story. And the Washington Post, New York Times, CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, MSNBC overwhelmingly said these smoking gun documents from Elon Musk that prove that Twitter was in the wrong when they banned the sharing of the Hunter Biden story, when they censored it, arguing that it was Russian disinformation inaccurately. When all of that happened, now that we have direct email evidence of how it went down, all of those companies I just named, New York Times, Washington Post, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, among others, decided we're pretty much not going to cover this story. When Trump commented on it on Truth Social, however, they covered Donald Trump's comments on the story. So I just want you to think about this and what it tells us about the narrative. If the story itself, in your opinion, at the Washington Post, at the New York Times, at ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, and MSNBC, all of those outlets and many others made the decision, we're not going to cover the Twitter files because we don't think it's newsworthy, then how in the world are you making the decision to cover Donald Trump's comments on a story that you yourself already deemed not newsworthy? In other words, Trump's pointing out how BS much of your coverage is. Now, I don't agree with everything Trump says. In fact, I think if you agree with anybody out there in the political sphere 100% of the time, you're not thinking enough. Sometimes people come up to me and they say, I agree with everything you say. I say, well, that's flattering, but I wish you agreed with 94% of what I'm saying, because it would show me that you're paying a lot of attention to my opinions, and I don't think it's very healthy for anyone to agree with 100% of what somebody else says. There's always room for criticism. There's always room for disagreement. And in-depth thought often means that you don't agree with everybody on everything. So, my question, I would love to hear this answered. This is why we need more ombudsmans out there. Washington Post, New York Times, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC. You're saying, oh, the Twitter files represents no news. We're not going to cover that. You're wrong, but I at least can understand that argument. How do you justify then covering Donald Trump's opinion of something that you already said wasn't news? So you're covering Trump's opinion of something that you didn't deem newsworthy to cover in the first place. So how is Trump's opinion on an unnewsworthy event worthy of news coverage from you? I would love to hear them try to explain themselves out of that logic pretzel.